Well, Tom, it has been 2 weeks since that group of Logan women flew back into Brisbane from Melbourne via Sydney, allegedly lying on their border declaration forms. Now, we know that they were out and about in the community for 8 days while COVID positive. They were attending work, socialising, sparking major fears for the Queensland government and also the wider community. News this morning from our Chief Health Officer, Dr. Jeannette Young, that hasn't eventuated. We've seen an additional COVID-19 case today, a returned overseas traveller in hotel quarantine, but we haven't seen any cases linked to this initial cluster, and that has been the trend for the last 7 days as well. This has meant that we will see our aged care facilities in Queensland reopen to visitors.
We can safely reopen our aged care facilities to visitors again. With all the restrictions, of course, so we still need to be very cautious, very careful at all times, because our aged care facilities have the most vulnerable people in our society living in them. The one aged care facility that we can't open yet is that one in North Brisbane at Pinjarra Hills. It needs to stay closed for another day and a half until we have confirmation that that potential outbreak is over.
As we just heard, Tom, that's all except the Bolton Clarke aged care facility here in Pinjarra Hills. After an aged care worker tested positive for COVID-19, her husband had also tested positive after dining at the same restaurant as one of those infected women. It is positive news for Queensland today, but the advice is certainly to not become complacent. Tom?